What's going on? Is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Just digging a little deeper into this whole Diddy saga and that Usher over the weekend. All of his tweets, I believe it was like 7,000 of them, was deleted. Now, there's a lot of chatter that's going on across social media about Justin Bieber and how he was at parties and how Usher brought him to Diddy because Usher was a part of Diddy's camps and stuff like that. It's so crazy to even think that the name Diddy is now associated with freak-offs and all of this other stuff. But in the midst of all of this fallout with Diddy and all of these celebrities and stuff like that, and I'll dig into it a little bit deeper after the Millionaire Morning Show, as far as the different reports, and I'll put everything together for you guys in one good summary. And maybe we'll even talk about it tonight on Monday night on the show. But in the midst of all of this, right, everybody seems to be running scared. Usher says that his account was hacked. Now, I can't say whether Usher was, done or what he did or not, because you know me, I don't believe in convicting people in the court of public opinion. But for the sake of conversation, let's entertain it, right? Why would, he ever want to be associated with that? And why would he ever put himself in that position? And of course, the easy out would be to say, oh man, my account was hacked. Celebrities been saying that their account was hacked since the beginning of time. Shannon Sharp just said just recently when it seemed like he set it up to show people that he wasn't sassy, that his account was hacked. I don't believe it. I never believed it. And then he came back later and said, yeah, my account wasn't hacked. I made a mistake and turned it on. I don't know. I've never gone live on IG Live. I still don't believe that shit. But the fact that he said that his account was hacked actually shows you that celebrities have been doing it since the beginning of time. Now, the thing about it is that anybody that is tied to, and anybody that seems to be associated or was good friends with Diddy, all of a sudden they just disappeared. Right? All of these people was, popping and getting it, and they was just cool, and he got the key to the city just a little bit ago. But now nobody knows him. No politicians know him. No entertainers know him. I heard that Pink, the singer Pink, yep. I don't know if some of y'all was outside when Pink came out. Pink, she deleted all of her tweets. Everybody is deleting their tweets. So let me be honest with you. We probably all need to go through a cleanse and clean up all of our social media. I regularly, every single year, go through and just clean up my social media because I want to make sure, originally I was making sure that it was all good for my corporate image and what I was doing with that because I was in corporate America and stuff like that. But now that that's not a thing anymore, I just clean it up because in a lot of instances, I just don't think or believe in the same way that I used to. So when I get an opportunity to, prior to the end of the year, I usually go through a social media cleanse. I leave up all of my YouTube videos. So I don't really take any YouTube video down unless I think that, it's something that I don't want to show or a family member or something like that. Or even if somebody contact me or a creator contact me and say, Anton, I don't want the visibility anymore, then I might remove their video, depending on how nice they are. But most of the time, 99% of the time I do. But I think that we all probably need to go through a cleanse at least once a year, both physically and when it comes to social media. Because again, you grow, you evolve, and you're not the same person that you was the year before. But as it relates to this whole Usher thing, no, I do not believe that his account was hacked. I do think that he's trying to make sure that he protects himself and his reputation. I'm not sure with all of this testimony on how far reaching, other celebrities that's associated with him, will be. I can't tell you whether or not people was felt on or not because I wasn't there. So the only thing I try to lean on is the evidence. But for the sake of the conversation, I will say this, that when you do tie yourself to certain people, then you start to get implicated in what it is that they do. People just automatically start to speculate whether you're guilty or not. And I think that here's the biggest thing. Let's assume for the sake of conversation that Usher was diddled. Or Bieber was diddled, right? First of all, if that happened, which I don't ever assume in that situation, because again, when it starts to come to people that's younger and stuff, I stay away from that. That's just the line that I don't cross. I don't assume none of that. I just believe in real evidence with that type of thing. Let's say hypothetically that that's a thing and that all of these entertainers had to go through a rite of passage. And in this case, Usher and then Bieber and all of these things, right? Because it was largely understood that Bieber was discovered or signed from Usher, right? Whose responsibility is that? Because responsibility goes a lot of ways. But this is the part of the conversation that I don't hear. Where are the parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't we hold the parents accountable for R. Kelly? Everybody was so fixated on Kells as though we didn't know who Kells was and we didn't know what Kells was about. The whole world knew what Kells was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the first trial, we knew, oh, come on, man. Come on, fam, that's Kells. You knew. And so why would the parents then allow for their children to be associated with or to give their children away in order to get a quick payday, if that be the case, right? If Biebs was diddled, or even if he wasn't, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my daughter, I think of my daughter as the most precious thing in the world to me. She's not supposed to be precious to the world because the world didn't raise her. You know what I'm saying? Your kids ain't as cute to everybody else as they are to you. And so I would never, even as an adult, even when my kid turns 18, 19, 20 years old and stuff like that, I am incredibly involved in her life. And I would never allow for her to be under or to even get famous, or I would never want her to be a singer. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want my daughter to be a vlogger or a YouTuber. Like, I'm not on that. I'm completely removed from that. My goal as a parent is to ensure that my daughter gets to really enjoy and live her childhood. I don't want my daughter working as a 16-year-old. I don't want my daughter thinking about the same things that grown people think about. She shouldn't be worried about money. That is not her goal and her objective. My daughter is supposed to be able to be protected and shielded and allowed to fail in a controlled environment, meaning that she needs to get the lessons that she needs to learn while not necessarily experiencing it the same way that grown people experience it. Now, I've always been against, personally, pushing your kids out there too early, getting them to work, and this is why I think that everybody is not meant to be a parent. Why do we not have conversations about the responsibilities of the parents and why the parents are allowing for this type of thing to happen? That's the thing that I'm really curious about, and that I don't think is being mined out in these conversations, is what role and responsibility does the parents play in whatever this is? And why are they never held accountable? Why do the parents never get held accountable for the things that their children do? I guarantee you, if parents were starting to get held accountable to the same extent as the people that we're accusing, which doesn't remove any responsibility from the people, from other people, right? If the parents was held to the same standards and accountability, you wouldn't see all of this happen because people would be more protective of their children. They wouldn't be looking to use their children as pawns in order to get rich or get famous or to live through their children. They would be more focused on creating the best environment and lifestyle for the children themselves. But we live in a weird society, and I'm going to continue to stay on this. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form that Usher's tweets were hacked or deleted or anything like that. I believe that he was like, hey, just wipe the whole slate clean. Let's start over. Let's focus on where we at right now. I'm not on that. All of these celebrities, in my opinion, at some point have done something that they wasn't supposed to do. They just haven't been caught and it hasn't been realized. But seems like everything is coming out to the wash, and we picking and choosing the things that we want to celebrate and the things that we want to hide. So I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I'm actually dropping a Patreon video today. I'm almost done editing it, but I got to focus on the Millionaire Morning Show. So I'm going to drop that after the Millionaire Morning Show. Get your tickets. Get your tickets to come kick it with me in Atlanta and then Detroit. And then we're going to be touring all next year, so it should be fun. Atlanta, November 2nd. Detroit, December 14th. Put discount code Anton in there. Hit apply. and come and kick it, and we're going to do a Patreon meetup either before or after, hopefully. And I'm going to work on that, all right? I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to see y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show. Peace.